If you're having trouble trying to find KOZL or KRBK on your TV through your cable box and you're not seeing it, alternatively, you can actually use an antenna and watch your programming from there. Now, every home is a little bit different, and the wires that come out of your walls might not necessarily be an antenna wire. It might be your satellite dish if that's what you had originally. But if you see something like this cord here, that is called the coaxial cord. This one actually goes directly to a satellite dish, but you might be able to then use the cord and put it into the back of your TV to this guy right here. It looks like that. That is the port for the cable or antenna, and the cord, coaxial cord itself looks like this. It's got the big pin right in the middle of it. You just plug it straight into there and screw it on until it's all the way complete. At that point, then you scan your TV. Now, a way to get to antenna TV is by using your remote. Now, here are examples of several remotes that you might have in your home. If you don't have these in particular, that's okay too. They're kind of set up in a similar way. You just gotta know what to look for. Now, in the example, I used a Roku TV, which this Roku TV remote does not have what we're looking for is the word input or source or any type of icon that looks like it is changing the source. Now, a Roku TV remote does not have that, but it does have this home key, in which this is how you would get to the settings to change to what I showed in the example. On this DirecTV remote here, you do not want to use this because that is your cable box or your satellite TV box, and that's the problem in the first place. What you actually need is the TV remote itself. So with these, a Samsung and LG, what you're going to be looking for is usually you can find these buttons on the top right for source, or you could go to this this LG one, where again on the top right, that is also a source button. Alternatively, you can also try to find one that says input, and that's what you're trying to look for, is the input for the TV. And I'll show you what that looks like and how to start scanning. Now, if for whatever reason you can't find it on your remote, some TVs actually have some buttons on the TV in itself. Now, if you can find where the power button is, and it's usually indicated either written on the TV itself, or maybe in this case it's this red light, there are also alternative buttons that usually it's channels, volume, maybe a menu, or the actual input. On this TV, though it's a little dark to see, right here it actually says source. So it tells me that there is a button here that I can push to change the input to antenna TV. If it doesn't say antenna TV, it could also just say the channel number. It's basically not any of the ones that are labeled HDMI or input or VGA. It's none of those. Usually it's just maybe sometimes it's just called TV. And if you go to that, you should be able to see some channels. If not, you might even just see the black and white salt and pepper white noise. On other TVs, if you don't see it on the bottom right, sometimes it's on the actual right side of the TV. Maybe even in the crevasse where you'll see, things like that. But basically, just check your TV for any type of buttons, and that's one way to manually switch to a different source. It's pretty much the same concept of you switching over to your DVD, or if you have a gaming console, or if you watch, anything through a computer or something like that. It's just you changing the different inputs on the screen. So let's say you're using a Roku TV like we are right here. One option that you can do is go into your menu and scroll down to Settings. And go down to your TV inputs. And then on the right there it says Antenna TV. You go over there and go to Scan for Channels. Go ahead and hit Start. And say Start Finding Channels. And just let it go until it's all the way done. Okay, and as it is finding the channels, you just hit Done. There you go. And that's all you have to do to watch KOZL, KRBK, or any other channels you might be missing that can be aired on Antenna TV.